Okay, one of the most important aspects of communicating is sorting out requests, is understanding the difference between an invitation, a request, and a command. A lot of times what happens in our families or our classrooms or our organizations is we will make requests of people that are phrased ambiguously, where they don't really know. I'll give you an example. Would you like to go make me a coffee? Am I asking you what you want to do? Because you could say, actually, no, I have no interest in making you a coffee whatsoever. You'd be taking my question literally. I'm asking you what you want. But you know that literal interpretation, we're sufficiently socialized so we know the literal interpretation when someone says, would you like to go get my car keys? What they're really doing is they're making a request. They're asking you to go get the car keys, even though they didn't phrase it that way. So what they're saying and what they really mean are out of alignment. So we now have an explicit protocol that says, when are you getting an invitation? When are you hearing a request? And when are you hearing a command? Commands, all of these are negotiable, but commands are very strong. So that when you get a command, we're talking about something that is coming from a superior, someone that you report to, that is phrased so strongly that if you're going to refuse the command, there will be consequences. It doesn't mean that you have to do it. It just means that there's going to be consequences to refusing. Invitations, no such thing. An invitation is just an invitation. And don't confuse an invitation with a command, which happens a lot. Sometimes when you're dealing with someone in a position of authority, they'll create an invitation, and it's totally cool to say no. But the person who's the subordinate will hear it as if it's a command. Oh my God, I have to do this because Dr. Seeger said. No, I was just like, hey, it's an invitation. And in between these two extremes are the requests. So in order to sort this out, so you know, when is it okay to say no? When should you more seriously consider? And when are you going to do it or there'll be consequences? We have these specific protocols. The invitation protocol will have, are you interested? And I'll give you an example. I'm going to Encounter for lunch. Are you interested? What's your answer? Zach's like, no, I'm not interested. I don't know anything about Encounter. I didn't want to go to Encounter. Actually, I want to go to Domino's, or I don't know what you eat. But if you hear, are you interested? It's totally okay to say no, because that's an invitation. Typically, are you interested will be prefaced by a declarative statement, like, I'm going to go see Jurassic World tonight. Are you interested? Totally an invitation. And Lauren's like, no, I'm not interested. Part of the reason that we use this protocol is because interest is such a low level, such an easy thing to say yes to. Well, I'm kind of interested. Yes, I'm interested. Tell me more, that kind of thing. But you know you're dealing with an invitation where it is okay to say, no, that's not something that I want. Terrific. We have two ways to make requests. The first way is, will you? Fill in the blank. This is way different than saying, would you like to go make me a cup of coffee? That's like a passive-aggressive way of making a request that sounds like I'm asking you what you want to do, which is crap. If I say, will you make me a cup of coffee? It's different. I'm asking you a direct question. There's something I want, which is a cup of coffee, and I want you to make it, but I'm phrasing it as, will you? And you could say, yeah. Or you can say, this is a request, and it's okay to say no to requests. No. A more powerful way that we use to make the requests is, I want you to. And when we use, I want you to, it's also still okay to say no. If I say, I want you to clean Legos this afternoon, it's okay to say no. And we're going to go over a whole protocol about how to respond to these requests. But when I get down to this level, this is a pretty powerful request. And I gotta say that since we instituted this communication protocol and the people in our group use I want you to, very rarely do we get turned down. We go to people, we go to deans, we go to department chairs, we go to other faculty, we go to other graduate students. And when you say, when you have the courage to say what you want, I want you to drive me to the mall. It's very hard for people to turn you down because you've put yourself out there. You've said, I want something in this world. I want it from you. And that's such a powerful thing to do that most people are going to want to please you. And they're going to say yes. It's okay to say no, but most people are going to say yes. The last one, and sometimes people don't recognize this as a command, but the last one is please. Whatever comes after please in this group is a command. Think about that. What kind of things would come after please?
Please clean Legos.
That's command. If it's phrased like please clean Legos, that's command. If it's phrased like please go change your shorts into something more professional, that's command. If it's please go home and change your Crocs into real shoes, that's a command. Trying to think of something else. Please unplug the hot plate when you're done in the lab. That's a command. These, I'm not saying that they're non-negotiable because we're not omniscient. We don't know everything all the time. But there will be consequences if the command is not followed. You are always 100% in charge of your behavior. Who's in charge of your behavior? See, that's good. What percentage?
100%.
That's good. This is a bright group. A lot of people don't feel that way. A lot of people will say, well, Dr. Seeger made me. Who's in charge of your behavior? So can I make you do stuff? No, I can invite you to do stuff. I can request that you do stuff. I can command that you do stuff. But who actually does the stuff? Yeah. If we were in a military organization and you got a direct order, a direct command that was unlawful, it would be wrong to follow that command, even though military structures are so organized around taking orders. So in this case, you're 100% responsible for your behavior, but there'll be consequences if you don't follow a command. And we don't know exactly what the consequences are. Sorting it out like this allows you to decide how to respond, knowing what's going on in the requestor's mind, what their expectations are.